A lot of people wonder if we're the only ones out here in the universe. We've spent ages dreaming about aliens, staring at stars, and thinking about life on other planets. Now, it might actually be happening. The head of NASA just said that the James Webb Space Telescope, which is our best tool for looking at space, found something amazing. Life on a planet called Proxima B. This could totally flip what we know upside down. Come check out what the Webb telescope found and what finding life on Proxima B could mean for us and for going out into space. The James Webb Space Telescope rocks. It can totally change how we get the universe. It's got great tech, and it's in the right spot to let scientists check out far-off stars, galaxies, and planets like never before. One cool thing about the Webb telescope is its huge 6.5mm main mirror. It's way bigger than the one on the Hubble Space Telescope, which has been super helpful for 30 years. Because the Webb's mirror is so big, it can grab even the dimmest light from super far away, like from spots other telescopes couldn't even see. Before, folks could only guess what was out there. But now, the Webb telescope lets them actually see that stuff in detail. The Webb also has all sorts of fancy gadgets that can spot different types of light. One of them, the near-infrared camera NIRCam, takes pics in the infrared. That's great because infrared light can go through dust clouds, which normally block regular light. So, scientists can peek deeper into space. With its good cameras, NIRCam lets astronomers watch how stars form in galaxies. They're trying to check out the early universe, how galaxies started and changed, and find planets like ours that other telescopes couldn't reach. The Webb's tools, like NIRCam, show details about the universe, like how galaxies come together and change over time. Another handy tool on the Webb telescope is the near-infrared spectrograph, NIRSpec. It splits light from space into different colors. This is called spectroscopy, and it gives us data about how hot things are, how fast they're moving, and what they're made of. NIRSpec lets scientists study stars and galaxies more closely. By looking at the light they give off, they can figure out what elements are there and how things in space interact. It also helps us figure out how stars and galaxies are born, change, and die. One thing the Webb does is study far-off galaxies whose light has traveled for billions of years to get here. By checking out their light, astronomers can figure out how old they are, what they're made of, and other stuff about how they've changed. The mid-infrared instrument, MIRI, is another important tool. It can see longer wavelengths of infrared light. This helps us check out things like stars, planets, and dusty areas where stars are being born. MIRI also lets astronomers check out the air around exoplanets, figuring out what's in them, how hot they are, and if they could have life. The spots where stars are born are really cool. These thick clouds of dust and gas block normal light, but infrared can get through. Thanks to MIRI, scientists can watch stars and planets form and study what's happening there. MIRI also helps find exoplanets because it can spot and study the faint infrared light from their air, telling us about stuff like water and carbon dioxide, which could mean life. When searching for aliens on other planets, the Webb telescope uses two main tricks: spectroscopy and checking out the air. Even if a planet doesn't have plants or oxygen, those things aren't always needed to find life. Spectroscopy looks at how light is soaked up or given off by something. It's used to check out the air around exoplanets. When an exoplanet goes in front of its star, the Webb can watch the starlight pass through the planet's air. This leaves behind signs of what's in the air. The Webb uses MIRI, which looks at mid-infrared light, and NIRSpec, which looks at near-infrared light, to do this. When starlight goes through a planet's air, it carries info about what's in the planet. The Webb looks at these signals to see what's in the air, spotting molecules that might mean life is there. By finding these signs, scientists can make models to understand the planet's air better. One main goal of the Webb is to look for biomarkers, stuff like oxygen, methane, and water that are linked to life. But finding these things is just the start. More checking is needed to see if the planet can support life and if there are signs of living things. Another trick is comparing different planets. By comparing the light from different planets, scientists can figure out if there might be life out there. What do you make of these finds? The James Webb Space Telescope can spot those biomarkers in the air around exoplanets. It's a huge step in the search for aliens. It can see distant planets in a way we never could before. As scientists study the data, They're learning new stuff about whether there could be life on other worlds. The Webb telescope can look way back in time and see the universe when it was first starting. By grabbing light from galaxies that formed billions of years ago, the Webb lets us study how the cosmos changed. These observations give us hints about how stars, planets, and galaxies formed and how the universe became what it is today. Besides looking for life, the James Webb Space Telescope helps us in more ways. It can take detailed pictures of faraway galaxies, stars, and other things in space. This helps scientists piece together what happened in the universe's history. As we look to the future, the Webb telescope will keep being important for checking out the unknown. What it finds could totally change how we see the universe and where we fit into it. As we go further into space and keep looking for life, the James Webb Space Telescope will be leading the way. In short, the James Webb Space Telescope is a big deal for space. It can see distant galaxies, find exoplanets, and look for aliens, which is a huge deal for understanding the universe. With its tools and skills, the Webb is set to change how we study space and learn the secrets of the cosmos. The James Webb Space Telescope can check out the air around exoplanets, which is one of its coolest things. It lets scientists look for hints of life on faraway worlds. It is able to see planets and their air more clear before. By finding key compounds like oxygen, methane, and water, the Webb helps us know if other planets might have life. It's not just about seeing things. The Webb's tech helps us compare planets with Earth, so we can see if planets like ours could support life. Using special light, the telescope can break down light from stars and planets, so scientists can see what they're made of. This helps them see if exoplanets might have places where life could survive. The Webb can also see infrared, which means it can spot hidden things like stars forming in dust clouds or planets growing. Normal telescopes can't see through these clouds because they use normal light. But the Webb can see through the dust and show us details we couldn't see otherwise. The Webb telescope can also see in both near and mid-infrared, which lets us study how stars live and how galaxies form. Its tools can study the light from galaxies, stars, and other things in space. This helps scientists figure out what they're made of, how old they are, and how they're put together. It helps us understand how galaxies changed, how stars are born and die, and how planets take shape. Another great thing about the James Webb Space Telescope is that it can show us the universe when it was first starting. By studying light from the first galaxies after the Big Bang, scientists can learn where the cosmos came from. This helps us understand how the universe changed over billions of years and how it's still changing. The telescope can see further back in time than ever before, grabbing light from galaxies that formed long ago and letting us peek into the early universe. The data from the James Webb Space Telescope will really matter to space. As scientists check out the info from stars, galaxies, and exoplanets, they'll be able to find new stuff that makes us rethink what we know about the universe. These finds might change how we see our place in space, opening up new questions and chances for us to explore. The Webb telescope is a big jump in exploring the universe and finding answers to tough questions. Whether it's finding new exoplanets, studying distant galaxies, or hunting for aliens, the James Webb Space Telescope is changing how we understand space. In conclusion, the James Webb Space Telescope is starting a new time of exploration. Its cool tools and spot in space make it one of the best things ever made for studying the universe. From looking for aliens to figuring out distant galaxies, the Webb telescope is set to show us secrets that have been hidden for a long time. As we look to the future, what the Webb finds will change how we see the universe. One big job for the Webb is to study galaxies super far away. By checking out the spectral data, astronomers can figure out how old they are, how they're made up, and other stuff. The mid-infrared instrument MIRI is another key tool that helps study those longer waves of infrared light. It helps check out things like stars, planetary systems, and dusty areas where stars are born. MIRI lets astronomers look at the air around exoplanets, sharing important info about what's in them, how hot they are, and if life could live there. Star maker areas are special. Those thick clouds of dust and gas block light we can see, but let infrared go right through. With MIRI, scientists can watch stars and planetary systems studying what happens there. MIRI helps find exoplanets, spotting and checking out the dim infrared sent out from their air, telling what's in them, like water and carbon dioxide, which might hold life. When hunting for life signs on exoplanets, the Webb telescope uses methods: spectroscopy and air check. Even if a planet doesn't have plants or oxygen, those parts aren't a must for life. Spectroscopy, or checking how light gets soaked up or sent out by something, is key in looking at the air around exoplanets. As an exoplanet goes in front of its star, the Webb can watch starlight go through its air. This leaves chemical marks that can be checked to find molecules in the air. The Webb uses two tools for this: MIRI, which looks at the mid-infrared area, and NIRSpec, which checks out the near-infrared. Together, they cover a range of wavelengths needed for a good look. During a transit, starlight going through an exoplanet's air carries info about what that planet is made of. The Webb checks these signals to see what's in the air, spotting molecules that might mean life is there or conditions that could help it. By finding unique signatures, scientists can make models to know the planet's air and climate. One of the main goals of the Webb's trip is to look for biomarker stuff linked to life like oxygen, methane, and water. But spotting these things is just the start. More watching is needed to judge if the planet is good to live on and if there are any signs of life. Another cool tool the Webb uses is called comparative indicator spectroscopy to boost its hunt for life. By comparing spectral data from planets, scientists can have ideas about what life could be out there. What do you think about what have been found? Leave your thoughts below. And if you had fun watching, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. The James Webb Space Telescope can spot biology markers in the atmospheres of exoplanets. It's a step to try and find life outside Earth. This telescope mix of tech lets it watch planets with detail that was crazy before. Data from those watches, they will show us new ideas if life live on other worlds. The Webb telescope can see far into space. We can see way back in time and watch the early universe. Light from galaxies that were made long ago gives a rare chance to study how the cosmos changes. Those watches share clues about how stars, planets, and galaxies are born, which shapes the universe that has been known. Besides hunt for lives, the James Webb Space Telescope helps our ideas on space. With details picture of galaxies, stars, and cosmic things help scientists to put the history of the universe. Each time it spots, it will ask the idea of the cosmos. Heading to the future, the Webb telescope can be a key to find the unknown. Found on years that come will change our ideas of life on the universe. We could space far more with the James Webb Space Telescope. Surely it'd stay on front for people who excite of the space. The James Webb Space Telescope is one step in space checking. Distant galaxies, spot the exoplanets, and search for lives. That telescope with power, it changes how we want to learn space and to know secrets of that cosmos. The James Webb Space Telescope can check airs around the exoplanets. It brings excitement. Scientists can find a small clues for life beyond. It tells that the instruments will watch planets and air. Instruments will watch planets and air with clarity without any history. By pointing to notice that lives can live like oxygen, methane, and water, the Webb will share stuff to find out the planets live. It will watch simply. The tech can check a planet for people to stay in lives. This way scientists can understand planets that live in. The telescope will turn around the world and will help to find a chemical life. It helps to find the zones to live between in the universe. The Webb can check the areas, stars that live in dust. The telescope will watch the cosmic dust and will show with hidden. Those watches give a good chance in space and help scientists. The Webb telescope is so cool that it can watch from both sides to study star. It is designed to space stuff light from galaxy, star, etc. That way scientists can analyze age, mix stuff in it, and that can make scientists. The James Webb can tell the universe started. By finding the light first, it will get the insight thing of the cosmos, understand the cosmos change right now. The telescope can see far than before. The James Webb Space Telescope will have more space stuff. By finding information from the cosmos, it will change our ideas, new chances for the space. What telescope helps will change the cosmos. By the end, James Webb helps new instruments positioned to find for the universe. By searching, the Webb is going to find hidden stuff that cosmos have. What happens from the telescope in the future will share how we can find a thing or can change in what we know.